Hi there, folks. So I've been asked the question, how long do I need to age? What is the best time? And it's a bit of a loaded question, because with the dry aging equipment, meat maturation equipment, we can now go for prolonged periods, extended periods, which gives us the benefit of enhanced flavor profiles, new flavor profiles, and we can go places where you traditionally wouldn't even think of being with a block of meat like we've got behind us. Because we've removed all the bad stuff from the air through our sanitization system, our UVC product, and we've not removed any moisture, we've kept it nice and moist, we can now go to 40, 60, 90, even 120 days. I've got behind me here in this fridge 6 weeks, 4 weeks, and then I've got one little piece that's left over that we kind of held back on not eating, a T-bone of 12 weeks. I had the big privilege of having some of this yesterday, and I can tell you sincerely, it must be one of the best pieces of meat I've had in a very, very long time. Why do we age? We age for flavor, and that flavor comes from destroying the connective tissue, the muscle, which we do when we cook, when we boil, when we fry. But also it comes from the bone and the combination of the fat and the bone and the muscle. So if we age for a short period of time, for example 14 to 21 days, we're going to probably achieve only our primary objective of tenderness. There will be a slight change in the flavor profile. At 21 days to 28 days, we start getting a distinctive change in the flavor profile, especially the acquisition of bony notes, beefy bony notes at that time. And if we now go past that 4-week, 28-day age, you really start engaging the fat as a partner, as a sincere partner in a flavor profile. On your older cuts, where there's marbling prevalent in the muscle, we've got a thicker layer of fat, the muscle has worked a little bit harder, it's turned the proteins around into energy more consistently, you're going to find that at extended ages of 40, 45, 50 or 60 days, you can have an incredibly strong and distinct beefy flavor. It's like taking a spoon of beef stock and putting your favorite chunk of steak in it and putting that in your mouth. It's just this hearty, fatty, beautiful beef flavor. So personal preference on the younger animals, the A grades, I'll definitely age in the region of 35 days, which is easy enough to do. And then for the B's and the C's, which are much more flavorful, I definitely go to 45 and 50. The fact that we've taken a T-bone to 12 weeks doesn't mean we've created this amazing piece of meat, and that was the objective. The objective was to showcase how length of age enhances the flavor without losing anything, without a trade-off for mushroom or mold or Roquefort cheese. We've just spoken about the periods of aging beef, and I constantly refer to younger animals and older animals, and I think maybe for clarity I need to underline and underscore this a little bit more severely. In South Africa, we do not have a grading system. We have a classification system of age, and over years we were taught that A is better than B and B is better than C, and this is absolutely just not the truth. The A and the B and the C classifies the animal to its age, where A would be it still has milk teeth, it's young. Most of our A grades, well, all our A grades in South Africa could be classified anywhere else in the world as veal. It's extremely young, which means it's tender, naturally very tender, but it also lacks a lot of flavor. Your AB and then your B grade is where 1 to 2 teeth has been replaced with permanent teeth. The animal is now going on 2 years old. A lot more fat, a lot more marbling, and definitely a lot more flavor. The muscle is, yes, now worked harder, so it's more tough. And then your C grades is when you have changed 4 teeth to permanent. And this is an animal that has got a lot of fat. Marbling is now much more visible. And definitely the muscle is very strong and tough. These are traditionally sold as poorer cuts of meat or inexpensive cuts of meat, but these are the best for roasting, slow cooking because of its flavor profiles, your C grades. But now the Dry Ager comes and challenges all of this. The Dry Ager now says, but I can break those muscles and I can ensure that there's no harm done to the engagement with a B or a C grade, that will have decomposition and will have rot and decay. And so I'm a big proponent of putting a B or a C grade rather into the Dry Ager, letting it go a little bit longer, let's say a 45-day age. And I've got this incredible guarantee of flavor, tenderness and moisture. The A grade is not to be forgotten, because the A grade has always played its role in South Africa. And the A grade, in some instances, is something that is our friend. But definitely the A grade in the Dry Ager is the one that stands in the back of the queue when it comes to flavor. And if you're in any position to get a hold of Bs or Cs, and these are usually grass-fed, free-range animals, for those who are engaging in that practice of preference when buying your meat, that it's got to be free-range or grass-fed. Go get yourself a nice B or a C grade T-bone, put it in the Dry Ager. 40 days later, open that bottle of wine and enjoy something exquisitely special. B's and C's are making a big return, and Dry Ager is definitely helping them get to where they want to be.